What if I told you that the reason you haven't manifested what you want yet is it because you're trying it the wrong way? It's not a lack of faith. It is not the time of the universe. It's how you're relating to your energy. You think you are asking, but you are vibrating scarcity. You repeat affirmations, but you still feel lost. You pray, but you live anxiously, and that blocks everything. This book, Manifest and Receive by Eva Hartley, is not just another one about the law of attraction. It's an awakening, a slap of reality, followed by a hug to the soul. And today, I'm going to show you why he transformed thousands of lives, and it could be exactly what you need to change yours. Now tell me, what if the key wasn't asking for more, but aligning your vibrational identity with what's already yours? Because manifestation doesn't happen when you wish hard enough, but when you become the frequency of what you've already asked for. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. You learned that if you wanted it bad enough, you could get it. All you had to do was ask hard, repeat it every day, focus on it, insist. But nobody told you that wanting without being vibrates lack, and the universe does not respond to the lack. You can ask with the most beautiful words, but if your body is tense, if your mind is agitated, if your soul vibrates, I don't have, that's what you're emitting. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest with what you vibrate with, and vibration is identity. It's who you are when no one is looking. It's what you feel in the silence. There is no point in shouting for abundance. If you live at war with money, there's no point in asking for a great love. If you still hide from yourself, there is no point in crying out for freedom, in fear of leaving the internal prison. You know that anxiety of someone who wants to see results right away? That urgency disguised as faith? That scarcity in disguise? And scarcity repels. Always, even when it comes from good intentions. You learned to want, but forgot Toto B. And then he got lost trying to deserve it, trying to prove himself, trying to fit into standards that aren't even yours. But what if abundance did not come from effort, and yes, of alignment? What if the demonstration wasn't about fighting, but about allowing? Allow your truth to blossom. Allow your ideal self to take over. Allow your frequency to speak louder than your fears. Why? To be is more powerful than any wish, and that's what the universe responds. Manifestation begins when you decide to become, and not just dream. Wear the identity, embody the feeling, act, speak, think and feel like someone who already is, not as a character, but as if he had woken up from oblivion, and he remembered that he doesn't need to conquer. Just tune in, because everything you desire already exists. It's just waiting for you to vibrate like someone who already has it. The universe responds to your frequency, not your speech. You can repeat 1,000 affirmations. You can memorize beautiful phrases and stick them on the mirror. But if your vibration is charged with fear, it is fear that manifests. If your energy still says, I'm not enough, the universe does not argue, it confirms. It's like a radio station. It doesn't matter what you say, what matters is the frequency you're transmitting. If you're on the frequency of lack, the music you're playing is one of scarcity. Only when you change your internal tuning does the sound of abundance begin to play. Because the universe feels what you feel, not what you say. It reads your frequency like a radar. And every emotion of yours, every hidden thought, every silent belief, it is emitting a signal that shapes your reality. And this is where many are mistaken. They believe the universe convinces itself with beautiful words, but creation doesn't happen in the mouth, it happens in the heart. It's the inner state that opens or closes the doors of the invisible. That's why it's not enough to just appear calm. It is necessary be in peace. It's not enough to say you trust. You have to really trust. Trust is a vibration. And vibration is everything. When trust becomes your natural breath, the universe responds without resistance. The vibration of certainty creates pathways, removes blockages, and accelerates the inevitable. Because where there is complete trust, there is no room for doubt. But when desire turns into desperation, everything stops. But when desire turns into desperation, everything stops. You think that pushing hard will make it happen faster, but sometimes insisting too much is what's holding everything back, because despair is not faith in action. It's scarcity screaming in the guise of urgency. And scarcity does not create, it repels. It's like trying to hold water with your hands closed. The more force you exert, the more it escapes through your fingers. Abundance responds not to tension, but to lightness. The more you let go, the more space you create to receive. You learn that the more you chase, the closer you get. But what if running was what keeps you away? What if what you call faith is actually fear in disguise? Fear that it won't work out, fear of not being chosen, fear of not deserving. Fear disguises itself as effort, but vibration never lies. The universe doesn't listen to the "I believe" of the mouth. It listens to the "I doubt" of the heart. And while the heart trembles, the flow of creation remains blocked. The universe responds to your vibration, not in your hurry. If you vibrate "I need this to be happy," you are vibrating absence, not fullness. And absence never manifests fullness. It's when you shift from "I must have" to "I already am" that reality begins to align. The rush disappears, the heart calms, and the energy opens. In this state, what seemed distant finds its way to you naturally. Despair is a survival frequency, and manifestation happens in the vibration of creation. You don't create when you're suffocated. Creates when at peace, when you trust enough to don't cling. Letting go is not giving up. It's trust. It's about getting out of the tension of control and into the flow of delivery. It's saying to the universe, "I know it's mine, and that's why I don't run." And in this space, the miracle finally finds space to arrive. True reception requires trust and inner calm. There comes a time when you stop running, a moment when you take a deep breath and understand that what is yours does not need to be forced, because strength is born from fear. And where there is fear, there is no room for miracles. Receiving is different from asking. To receive is to trust. It's opening your hands, release control, silence the mind that says it is missing, that it is late, that it never comes. Anxiety is loud, trust is silent. Whoever trusts, rests, not out of passivity, but out of wisdom, because you know you've already planted. And the universe is watering it. You don't attract when you cry for help. You attract when you tune in to the peace of someone who already knows they have won. The sign of arrival is not external movement, it is inner tranquility, that unexplained peace that comes before any evidence, because the feeling is the frequency of manifestation. Thinking is not enough. You've already noticed that, right? You can visualize, repeat, mentalize, but if it doesn't feel like it's real yet, the manifestation finds no way to be born. It's like sending a letter without an address. No matter how beautiful it is, it never reaches its destination. Feeling is the energetic address of what you ask for. Without it, desire is lost in the void. You have learned to think positive. But what if the thought does not vibrate with the heart? And if you are saying, I am prosperous, but inside, do you still feel small, guilty, or afraid? The universe listens to your emotional field, not your mental script. And that's why so many people get frustrated, because they talk about prosperity, but vibrate with scarcity. They talk about love, but vibrate with loneliness. The universe doesn't respond to spoken words. It responds to the silent music your soul is playing. Feeling is pure vibration. It is the language of creation. It's what the universe understands without needing translation. So when you really feel it, you tune into what already exists. And in that instant, you stop being someone who waits and become someone who already is. The field responds to this state with precision. The more real the feeling, the faster reality bends to reflect your new frequency. Want to manifest something big? So feel what it would be like to live that now. How would your body react? What would your gestures, posture, and voice be like? This feeling as if is the true portal of creation. Thoughts are seeds, feelings are roots. It is what is rooted in you that manifests. So feel the abundance before you count the numbers. Feel the love before you see someone coming, because the feeling is the signal that the universe follows. And when you feel it, you can already be grateful, even before you receive it. Gratitude is a secret code, a vibrational shortcut. When you give thanks beforehand, you say, I already received. And the universe, like a faithful reflection, says, so here it is. But be careful. It is not forced gratitude. It's real gratitude. Gratitude for being alive, for learning, for becoming. Because true gratitude doesn't depend on perfect circumstances. It flourishes even in chaos because it sees beyond appearances. Those who give thanks for the invisible have already understood that everything is preparation for the harvest. When you learn to be grateful for the invisible, you activate the magnetism of the inevitable. You align yourself with the vibration of fulfillment. And this frequency attracts everything that is in resonance. No effort, no struggle, no scarcity. And in this state, you don't beg, you don't doubt, you don't wait anxiously, you just know. Gratitude transforms expectation into certainty, desire into reality, faith into action. It is the language the universe understands best. Gratitude is trust dressed in feeling. It is faith in the form of presence. It is the vibration of someone who has already received, even if the world hasn't seen it yet. But the universe has already seen it. Manifestation is a matter of energetic identity. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest who you are with the frequency you upload, even without realizing it. Even when you swear you're trying, you learn that you need to conquer to have. But what if the real secret is incarnate before receiving? Act like who you already are. Feel like someone who already has. Choose like someone who already lives. Identity is not a label, it's a frequency. It is the sum of your daily thoughts, emotions, and actions. It's what you believe about yourself, even if it's silent. And that is what the universe replicates. You say you want abundance, but he still acts like he needs to justify himself to have it. You want to be chosen, but he vibrates like someone who hasn't chosen himself yet. Do you hear the noise? When you change your identity, everything changes around you, not because the world has changed, but why you changed the season. You're not trying to be anymore, you became. But for that, you need to rewrite your subconscious programming. It's inside, where it all begins, in the invisible part, in childhood not cured, in the phrases you heard and believed, in the traumas that hid but never disappeared. It's like a garden. If the roots are contaminated, the flower won't blossom healthily. Your subconscious mind harbors seeds that were planted without your permission, but now you have the power to choose which ones will blossom. As long as the subconscious is programmed with scarcity, you will continue to sabotage your manifestation, even trying, even praying, even striving, because your rational self wants to, but your deep self is still afraid. And there's no point in simply wishing hard if the hidden vibration remains stuck in the past. It's like swimming against the tide. You try hard, but you don't make progress. Only when your subconscious is aligned does the flow begin to naturally carry you toward abundance. It's time to reprogram, with intention, with presence, with tools that access the invisible, such as affirmations, visualizations, journaling, EFT. Because to change reality, you need to change the root. These practices aren't magic, but keys. Each repetition opens a new door within you. Each exercise is a reminder that you're not stuck with what you've experienced, but can create who you choose to be from now on. You don't have to carry the pain forever. You don't need to repeat the cycles. You can rewrite history, the story your body still remembers, and that your soul is ready to transform. Because every transformation starts from the inside out. You can change jobs, from home, from partner, but if nothing changes inside you, history repeats itself with a new scenario. It's like changing the cover of a book, but still reading the same pages. The plot doesn't change because the core narrative remains the same. Only when you rewrite what's inside does the story gain new chapters. You learned to solve the outside, but no one taught you how to dive inside. And that's why patterns come back. The pain returns. The same disguised frustrations, because the root is still alive. The mind tries to camouflage, but the body and energy don't lie. The pattern pulses in the silence, attracting experiences that confirm your deepest beliefs. Therefore, true healing isn't emotional makeup, it's vibrational reconstruction. Transforming yourself is not about putting on new clothes, it's changing the skin. It's dying to the old self. It's confronting inner truths you've tried to avoid, but they continue to shape their reality. It's as if you're tuning your energy to the melody of the miracle. The more grateful you are, the more the field understands that abundance already exists within you. And what seemed distant begins to flow toward you. And this confrontation isn't a punishment, it's an invitation. Every shadow that appears before you is a chance for liberation. Every pain is a door in disguise, waiting for you to have the courage to walk through it and discover who you truly are. You think the world rejects you, but it is you who still reject yourself. You think the universe ignores you, but it's your inner voice that still says, I'm not enough. And the external only reflects what you vibrate in silence. Want to change everything? So stop running around outside and go back inside. The world just changes when you change the frequency that is creating it. To manifest is to return to your essence. In the end, it's not about getting things. It's about remembering who you are. Because before the pain, before doubt, you were already complete. And when you access this inner memory, something changes. It's no longer about conquering to fulfill yourself, but about overflowing what already exists. Manifestation isn't a path from the outside in, but a return to the natural flow of your soul. Manifesting is not about adding. It's about removing what isn't yours. It's about dropping the masks, undo the conditioning, unlearn fear. You were born with everything, born with light, with magnetism, with the power to create. But you were taught to doubt that. And every time you believed the lie of scarcity, it was like putting on clothes that weren't yours. But now it's time to shed the burden. The universe doesn't ask you for excessive effort. It asks you for presence, trust, and surrender. And you believed. He believed he needed to prove himself, that I needed to deserve, that I needed to fight. But the truth is that you always were. You are abundance, you are love, you are peace. You are the channel through which the universe moves. You are the manifestation even before you ask. When you understand this, the rush disappears. Anxiety loses its power. Because there is nothing to achieve, there is only something to remember. And when you remember, the field responds, and the invisible begins to take shape before you. So stop running, go back inside, feel, listen, remember, because your greatest wish, it's your higher self trying to guide you back home. Now tell me, how many times have you tried to manifest and thought the problem was the how? But what if the real blockage was who you are being while trying? It's not just about doing, it's about feeling, it's about aligning, it's about remembering who you really are. So I ask you, who are you choosing to be today? Are you vibrating in the energy of fear or trust? Are you in tune with the lack or the abundance that is already rightfully yours? Comment below which of these truths touched you the most, and which one will you start applying today? Don't keep it to yourself. Share it, expand it, live it. And if this content spoke to your soul, subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, and stay here with us, because this is just the first door. There is much more transformation waiting for you on the other side.